And to me, most of the cities that have been developed, I've been seeing it also in Philippines and other places, is really like concrete. Unfortunately, not like Singapore. And why? I just asked my real estate friend in Manila, why did this happen? Oh, Bindu, how precious is this piece of land? I'm not going to waste this for planting tree. So the greed and all the planning, regulatory weaknesses or not being there, I think all these are enforcing. But whatever you said is correct. But only thing I would say, those ecosystems that are to be protected, you don't have to build the cities, and I hope people will not build it out there. If you can create green cities, smart cities, by planting, yeah, why not? Let's do that as well.
Thank you. Another question, please.
Hi.
Could you introduce yourself to Dr. Lohani?
Yes, my name is Sally. I'm one of the MEM students. I'm not sure I have an intelligent question. It might be an idealistic question to ask, but you talk about livable cities, right? We seem to be resigned to the proliferation of cities and urbanization in Asia Pacific. We all know that most cities are not self-sustaining. I'm not a scientist, but that's generally the idea, because a city does not provide food for itself. It has to import from somewhere else. It can't grow. It consumes a lot of energy, which are again imported from grids elsewhere. What it does export are waste, high amount of waste, and of course heat in terms of consumption of energy. My question is, are there any thoughts about de-urbanization instead of urbanization? I mean, we have enough technology, and our technology are growing and improving at an exponential rate. So what are your views on both professors? What are your views on perhaps thinking it out of the box and saying perhaps we could do de-urbanization at the same time not losing the growth that we want in Asia Pacific?
Okay,
it's a very
challenging question.
Yeah, it's a very good question, very big challenge. I will approach it this way. First, as I said, whether we like it or not, people are going to be living in urban areas. And the second part is, therefore, there will be enormous demand on food, energy, water, etc. in these cities. You know, if 3/4 of your people are going to live here, it's going to be like that. The point we're making here is, how can you make this livable and sustainable? We call clean, green, smart, etc. But basically livable is you're able to breathe fresh air, you got water, energy, etc. The second part of the story is how do you make it sustainable? There are things you can do which has not been done by the cities. People think they're just like every building we have seen in every country still could reduce more energy. Energy efficiency, take the technology options. Like I remember I went to China once and told the government official, why don't you give me all your government official and I will pay and reduce your energy bill and make it efficient. Enormous opportunities which has not been capitalized. Water. I don't see a reason why we can't have two in every building. Should have one grey water pipeline and one other water, the dirty water. I don't see a reason why at some point in time we don't give quota to this various hotels building. Look, you're going to be getting so much water and you recycle back. Technology is there. It may be a little costly. Maybe it's there. So it's a pricing issue. If you price it if you can price it, it's doable. Technology is there. Food is a little bit difficult issue, but what he shows in that 1.5 planet, 4 planet, and we have some calculation to show that. If you leave when I talk to China now, all the Chinese said everybody's desire is to be eaten like the Americans. Why not? You know, we were poor, we couldn't eat. Now we want to eat the big meal, big, etc. And then we go and tell them, by the way, you shouldn't be eating like that, otherwise the world will not be sustainable. So we got to approach this to a different way. Now, when I was in the grad school, in urban course, I used to be told like this. You know, Bindu, I go to downtown for work. All the offices are in downtown. And then I drive back 1 hour, 2 hours to live in suburb. That's de-urbanized. Live in suburb. And then I go to the weekend for another 100 miles to go to an outlet mall somewhere else. So it was a de-urbanized concept that the urban area is for work, suburb is for living, somewhere outlet mall is for shopping. Asia can't do that. You're talking about billions of people living. It's not like the cities in the U.S. where 200,000, 1 million. You know, Manila, Metro Manila, I live is about 15 million people. The Bombay, 20 million. And our cities are going to be huge. And therefore, that kind of model, a de-urbanized model where I go to downtown to work, drive another 2-3 hours to living is not possible. So you've got to be able to do everything in the city. Like Singapore, you should be able to live here, go to school here, go do your shopping here, do your enjoyment here, everything here. And this is going to be the new, so then the next question you're going to say, how am I going to do that? And that's why the growth pattern needs to be changed. If the current ways we want to eat more, we want to do everything, it will not happen. It will be extremely difficult. I'm really worried about the food side because, you know, many years ago we did a report together with the World Bank said, well, if you have money, you don't have to worry about food, we can buy it. That was the thinking. And when the last time food crisis came in, some countries like Thailand, Vietnam, they said, we won't export rice anymore. So what do? You can't put up anything. So worry is, if that kind of a thinking comes in, I hope it will never have that kind of a protection net. We have a problem. Singapore will have a problem. Every city will have a problem. So to me, urbanization and making it efficient water, energy, transport with technology and our way of life change. I think life change will happen. In any case, I hope we don't eat like the Americans because it's not good for health. You know, so they don't lose your values. So I think awareness bringing, etc., will make it happen. Look at us. You don't Westerns. So it's a complex question, but certainly I'm of the view that it is doable. We've got to do everything in the city. That's the question which maybe you can say is, who's going to produce the food? This is a question we had in China when we talked about where I'm going to get my food from. So we should be able to learn how to produce more food with less water and less energy. I think people are talking about GMO. People will have more productivity. If you had followed the Club of Rome, we should all be starving by now. But that technology will develop. But the point, you know, I'm saying a lot because this discussion came in China. And the other question that came in was, therefore we should keep all these people in the rural areas so that they will continue to produce the food. And my logic was, you know, no farmer wants to remain as a farmer forever. Suddenly you ask the son of a farmer, you think he wants to raise a paddy? Or he wants to be in an urban city like you and me and enjoy, do other things? So how to convert? So my answer to the China was then, you convert your next generation farmers like the CEO of a farm like the United States does it. Those guys are rich. They're still producing food. They don't have to be the farmers today. So the thinking change, evolution in the way of doing has to happen. Sorry, I talk a lot because this question had come in a different way in China.
May I have your permission to just add something? Yeah.